Hello, this is Marcus from Drone Rescue Systems. In this video I want to show you our latest product, the DRS-M400, which is the parachute recovery system for the DJI Matrice M400. As always, we took care of a very lightweight design and provide a few components that need to get installed permanently on the drone, as well as a quick release to attach and detach the parachute launcher. Optionally, you can also get our manual triggering device. In this video, we want to go through all the components that come with the kit, as well as to how to properly install it. Finally, we will do a ground integration test to ensure everything works as it should be. Here you can already see all the parts and components that come with the full kit. Let's start with the electrical connection. So we have designed this so-called M400 connector. On one end there is a 6-pin high-rose connector that gets connected to the bottom of the launcher. On the other side is a USB-C connector that needs to get plugged into the E4 port on the M400. And in the middle are some small electronics, and if you're using the manual triggering device, there's also the receiver embedded with the antenna. To attach the launcher to the drone, we came up with this mounting bracket. We have easy to use slide-in quick release mechanism. There's also a compartment to store the overlengths of the cords so they're not tangling around, so that there's space in here, and it will be closed with a foam lid. Also, of course, including 4 screws to attach it. The cords itself are wrapped around the arms, and to have them stay in place, we came up with those brackets that are, you can just like install them around the arms, very close to the main body, and they are marked with front right, front left, and rear right. Of course, cords with a proper length, and to keep the cords close to the body, we also provide 2 stripes of sticky tape just for extra safety. And of course, the parachute launcher itself, it's now fully IP rated, comes with the counterpart of the quick release already attached to the housing. On the bottom there is the single connector for power supply and data communication to the drone, also with a lid. In there is room for the parachute. Parachute already comes with the carbine. And finally, and that's like an optional feature, you can also go with the manual triggering device for manual activation. So all the tools you need to get this installed on the aircraft actually already comes with the M400. So part of our aircraft was this little tool with a hex, I think it's a 2 or 2.5 millimeter on one side and a Phillips screw on the other side, and that's all you need tools wise to get it up and running, and that will be shown as next, how to fully install the kit. Let's start with the installation on the bottom. This is where the M400 connector is located. So on the front side is USB connector, on the back a connection to the parachute launcher. We are repurposing those 4 screws, so those 4 mounting points, and also 2 screws for the USB connector. So first of all, we have to remove the covers, so those plastic bumpers at the bottom, by unscrewing those 4 screws. And as you can see, we are using the Phillips head of the provided tool. screw and align it properly. Also take care that they are well tightened. Then next step, we can already remove the cover from the E4 USB board. Same Phillips head 1. We don't reuse those 2 screws, so you can put that part aside. The connector already comes with its own screws. They slightly have a bigger head, so we use this one. Also take care, of course, of the alignment, so there is a round edge on one side. Push it in gently. And tighten the screws. Finally, a part I haven't shown before. This is a self-adhesive cable clip, so that's also provided, of course, and that's the purpose is just to keep the connection cable to the DRS in place. So remove the protection at the bottom. Also, it's always good to clean the surface. If you use any sticky parts, place it right at the edge here, and then you can clip in the cable and it will not be able to block any of the visual sensors. So that's already it on the bottom. Single connection to the parachute launcher, and we have connection for the power supply, and that connection is also used to actually stop the motors in case of an emergency. Next, we have to flip the drone back on its landing gear, and we will continue with the installation of the mounting bracket and finally the cords connected to the 4 arms. The next step is to install the mounting bracket, which consists of, so it's a single 3D printed part, consists of a sliding quick release, and also part of that is a compartment that holds the overlengths of the cords, and it's mounted with 4 screws, and DJI is so kind and provided those mounting points which we are using. Therefore you have to switch to the hex head of the screwdriver and just screw in 4 screws. Same as before, take care that they are properly tightened, and this is how you can then push in the launcher. Next part of the installation is installing the brackets for the arms that hold the cords in place, and I will demonstrate it just on one side. So it is the right rear arm, and that's also labeled on the 3D printed part. You can also see the pins that have to match the holes in the screws. So when you install it, take a look at the orientation. There's also a cutout, like on one side it is bigger than on the other side. The purpose for this is the cord is on one side bigger as well, so the diameter is bigger than the other side. So the bigger channel needs to be located on the bottom. So bring it here, open it slightly, slide it over here, and then you can already feel very nicely when it sits in place because of those alignment pins, and then you can just push it in and it will snap in. As mentioned before, on the bottom the cutout is a little bit bigger. That's where the thick part of the cord needs to be located. So we thread it through like this. Okay. And there's also a flat part over here. I hope you can see. This is actually where the loop needs to be placed. So you just push in the cord, go around like this, and as soon as you tighten it, you can see that that's also like additionally locking the bracket, and it sits very nicely in. So there is no way for the cord to move, and that's how it's supposed to be. I will repeat that on all the other three arms, because it will be exactly the same. Here is just I just want to show you the installation from a slightly different angle. So here is the flatter part of the bracket. This is where the loop is located, and then the cord just snaps in the rail, goes all the way around, and it's a very nice and tight fit, and there's no way for the cord to come loose or move around or interfere. Worst case would be it can interfere with the propeller, but that's not gonna happen. Both rear brackets are installed as well as the front ones. Another detail I want to point out is that there are grooves actually for the ropes coming from the front going through the back, so to keep that cord in place so it's not able to go underneath the battery. And this is how the rear one looks, and I will also show you the front one. Same, there is a small cutout where the cord loops into itself, so that's a good orientation. Same on the front left, front right. As mentioned before, they are labeled, and I think it's quite easy to estimate if the installation is proper. And last part is to attach some sticky part on the side. This is just for extra safety, and then we will connect the 4 cords to the carbine on the back. Just for extra safety, we provide those sticky tapes that should be like add an extra layer of safety by keeping the cord, which is actually a little bit under tension already since it's locked on the front and the back, but just to be sure, use the sticky tape and like that. That keeps the cord always close to the frame. That will get ripped off when the parachute gets deployed, but that's totally fine. Do the same on the other side. Last part of the cord installation or installation of the hang points is to connect the carbine to those 4 cords. So you have to remove it from here. Okay. And you can also see those 4 cutouts on the cord box. This is actually to hold, like additionally hold the cords in place. So the one coming from the right front goes in here, and then on the outer side is the one on the right back. Same for the other one, like this one and this one. And then you can already see the cords are different in lengths when they come to that point. And this is where this is why we're using the cord box. So now you have to bring in all loops to the carbine. Okay, close it. And here comes the lid of the cord box. Just push it through the lid like this and thread it all the way that like the carbine is easy accessible, so you can easily like open and close it without actually removing the cord box lid. That's quite handy. And then you just bring in those extra lengths, those extra cords, push them into the cord box. The one on the right side go to the right side, of course. The one on the left side to the left. So when you kind of do it that way, there is enough room in there. And finally squeeze everything in, and then the foam lid needs to get pushed in to the cord box, and that's how it should look like. Here I just want to show you how to load the parachute into the launcher, which is covered with a lid. So to remove the lid, use your 2 thumbs and apply some force on those 2 sides, rotate it, apply another same on the other side, then it's very easy to remove the lid. As you can see, we're only using rubber bands to propel a catapult, which is responsible for the actual deployment, and it needs to get loaded manually. So here on the bottom, I hope you can see it, there is a rubber part covering, let's open it that way, there is a ledge that needs to get pulled out like this. It's very easy to do with your fingernail. Just go in there, open it, and then you can push it down, and as soon as you release it, it should get locked like this way. Okay. To push it in, we are using, you can use some kind of plunger. We're using this metal bottle. Place it on, open the ledge, put it all the way in, and then you can already see the ledge should go fully in. It should be flat here, and then gently remove the bottle, and then the parachute is actually loaded. Take care, of course, that you cover the ledge with the rubber seal. That's actually to be AP protected, so there is no water getting inside. Same for, here is the slot for the microSD memory card that also needs to be in position to be waterproof. Okay, parachute is actually loaded, so we just remove the rubber bands from the canopy, place it in. I always take care that the cord could be quite short and it faces the quick release. install the latch, install the lid, which also has some kind of channel that should be facing the, it's actually for the rope. Push it in, so it sits tightly, and that's basically how the parachute gets loaded. Okay, to install the parachute on the aircraft, first, same here, remove the rubber seal, connect the single connector. It's a 6-pin connector, and there's a white marking that needs to face outwards. Just push it in, it will lock automatically, and then slide it in until the quick release locks. Next step is open the carbine, look for the loop of the parachute. You're always able to pull it out a little bit more. Yeah, get in there. Just slightly close it with your hand, and that's basically it. This way you're already ready to go and to do a full ground integration check or test. That's something we want to show here as well. As you can see, I'm not in the office anymore, mainly because of the limited ceiling height. So what we're gonna do here on the ground installation test is ensure that everything works, and therefore we are deploying the water bottle instead of the parachute. We don't want to go through the repacking, but that's totally fine. So what should happen as part of the deployment procedure? Of course, the parachute should deploy, the motors have to stop, you will get a kind of annoying noise to warn the people on the ground, so the parachute starts beeping, and there also the status LED will also change its color. I will highly recommend to remove the propellers to not chance any, and not chance to get into the props. Since on the M400 the parachute is slightly angled, we are able to step a little bit backwards, catch the drone and don't take the risk. So I'm inserting the water bottle. You can already see the LED is flashing green, same on the manual triggering device. So starting up the props and performing the test deployment. Okay. Deploying the parachute on 3, 2, 1, go! That's basically it. If you came that far, the parachute is properly and correct installed on the aircraft. You're ready to take off, and wish you happy landings.